Alvin, that's what he meant.
You'll have opportunity. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. What a great way to
Not here, you're missing out. You gotta show up to blow up.
This amazing weekend.
Let's go.
Elevate, if you're Spanish, or elevate. That's what we want you to do. We want you to elevate yourself because it's your business, right? And if you're working with the people that you like, you're going to help them to elevate, which helps you to elevate, which helps everybody to elevate. And what does that mean for you? It can be great health, great money, great organization, fun times like we're having this weekend, right? Oh, yeah. All right, now, before I introduce our very, very special guest, wow, hold on a minute. I can still feel the blood moving through. Just a couple of quick announcements. How many of you are guests here tonight? Very first time. Okay, fantastic. I want to talk with you guys. Give a big hand. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for coming. If you really like what you're going to see tonight, and I'm sure you will, and you want to be with us for the entire weekend, we still have tickets available. And we're going to give you the special early bird price tonight. But you have to do it tonight. If you do it tomorrow, it's full price. Okay? Meaning it's $179 for both days or $59 for Sunday only. But because you're here tonight, you can purchase some tickets for $79 for both days. So you're saving $100 on the both day tickets. And the single day ticket is $29. But you know what? With what we've got in store for tomorrow, you want to be here for both days. Yeah. Especially with the gentleman that I'm going to be introducing here shortly. He's one of the key people who will be speaking on tomorrow, on Saturday. So, I wanted to let you know about that. Let's see. Oh, we are filming tonight. So if there is an issue with that, please, we're going to have to ask you to excuse yourself. We want to film this because we want to be able to use a lot of this information in the future, see how well we all have done, and who knows, you maybe even get it on a video.
Yeah.
Okay, how many of you like that? Yeah? Okay, great, fantastic. Parking is $10. If you haven't settled up, just make sure you got OXL when you're leaving, and they should take care of that. And if you do have a cell phone, love you. They're so important to us, but we don't need to have them talking during the presentation. So either turn them off or please have them vibrate. Now you'll tell if mine is vibrating because I'll start walking a little bit like this because mine is right here. So, what? Okay. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Tomorrow we start at, registration opens at 8 a.m. 9 a.m. is when we're getting underway. And we've got a great lineup of great speakers tomorrow. We are going to be featuring our Crown Diamonds. We are going to be featuring our other special guests. And we're in particular featuring the gentleman who is joining us tonight here on the stage. And I got to tell you about this man. He cares. He's interested in what you do. It's not about him. It's about you. Because remember when I started, it was about how you help others who help others who help build you up. That Crown Diamond becomes so close that you can just reach for it and taste it. How many of you want to be Crown Diamonds?
Yeah. Woo!
How many of you want to be Crown Diamonds?
Woo!
Well, this gentleman will share with you what we share with everybody, and the people that are here for the first time, our guests, please listen closely. He has made 42 now, as I guess the number, 42 millionaires. So do you think this guy knows what he's talking about?
Yes!
Do you think this guy knows what he's talking about?
Yes!
Absolutely he does. So ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure. It is an honor. Everybody stand up. All the way from Orange County, California, ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
everybody doing? Well, go ahead and sit down. Where's the new people again? Right here. Are you right now going, you gotta be kidding me?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little crazy, wouldn't you agree? Let me ask you a really quick question. If you were making $8,000 a day and you didn't have to work, you'd lighten up some.
Right.
Because we all know that money doesn't buy happiness, right? But neither does poverty. So pick one.
No, don't.
Pick one. So I'm really honored to be here. I'm going to try to do a presentation just as quick as I can. How many people would like me to do a long presentation or a quick one? How about if I do a quick one, and then if you didn't get enough of your information, I'll do the long one. I'm kidding. But I first of all want to thank Craig. Does this guy got energy or what? And so what we're going to do really quickly is introduce to you the next billion-dollar company without a shadow of a doubt. And I just want to share with each and every one of you, that's all I'm asking you to do is just open up your mind, because your mind's like a parachute. If you don't open it up, it doesn't work. And so there's a lot of people in this room that are skeptical. And we're always saying, you know what? I don't know. See, I was an auto mechanic. How many people know you can do this now? See, I was told how to be successful. It's simple to be successful. All you got to do is go to school and get good.
Great.
You guys went to the same school I did. That wasn't funny. So then after you get good grades, some of us chose to go to a good
College.
and get good.
Great.
See, you guys know this. Maybe that's why 99% of the people in America are broke. Because you guys know the answers to these questions. Did you have parents like me? Money doesn't grow on
Trees.
They told you the same thing? What if I tell you tonight where money does grow? See, they told us where it doesn't. How about find out where it is? And here's one thing I knew as an auto mechanic. See, is anyone in this room willing to admit they have an ego? See, ego is EGO, edging God out. Did anyone here bring someone that already knows everything? Isn't it funny? They don't got a good lifestyle. They don't live where you'd want to live. They don't drive what you'd want to drive. And they go, I don't think this will work. You don't have enough brain power to evaluate $1 billion opportunity.
Powerful right there.
And the difference between me and you is, see, I used to have an ego. See, here I was, 23 years old, came out to California from North Dakota, Montana, and I was hired by a billionaire named Roger Penske. And they were paying me like $50,000 a year at the age of 23, 24. So if you didn't think I was smart, I would tell you. Because I had so much money. So now guess what happened? All of a sudden I got hurt and put on workman's comp. Now I'm making $900 a month. And they started taking everything I worked for. They took my motorcycle, they took my toolbox, they took my car. No, I was hiding the car from the repo man. And I was getting evicted out of my apartment. And they told me that it only would be like maybe 6 months. And then they found out that they didn't quite fix it. So then I had some more time. And so now I'm a single father with my son, Robert Hollis Jr., some of you know him. And I'm pulling close to the house, and then I pull over, and I stop. And my son looks at me and says, Dad, if you go up a couple more blocks and hang a left, our apartment's on the left-hand side. And see, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know how to lie to my son. Because I didn't know how to tell him that, you know, listen, something happened to your father, he's losing everything, and if I don't hide the car, there's a guy that's going to take it away. I pray to God, if I touch one person tonight, that was the day that I said, I'm not living like this anymore. Okay? And when that popped, all of a sudden I lost my ego. I became very, very humble, on one knee. I said, God, please, there's got to be something out there that can help me help people. Because I only knew how to do as a mechanic. How many people, if someone walked up to you and said, what do you do for a living? What would you say? Piano. You would have asked me, I would have said I was an auto mechanic. Da-da-da. And all of a sudden I had a friend call me, and you need to thank the person that invited you here. Because I had someone that had boldness and courage. He was a friend. He was a stand-up comedian traffic guy. How many people been to traffic class? He was a stand-up comedian and did that. And he called me up. Of course, I was Bobby. I'm not Robert because I was a mechanic. And he said, hey, Bobby, what's up? And how many people in this room are willing to admit that sometimes you don't tell the truth? Some of you are lying right now. Yeah. And what did I say? How's things going? Great! They're going awesome. I'm about ready to lose everything I've worked my butt for. And I said, great, everything's going great. And he said to me these following lines. He said, have you ever heard of Amway? No. He goes, it's nothing like that, and it's legal too. I didn't even know what marketing was. I thought marketing was a fancy name for sales, and I don't want to be a salesperson. I hate salespeople. Why? Because my perception is that salespeople get you to buy things that you don't really need for more money than you actually have. They just take advantage of you. So I'm not going to be a salesperson. That's the last thing I'm going to be. Doesn't God have a sense of humor? Watch out what you say you'll never do. Some of you in the room are saying, I'd never get married. I'm joking. She's going, that's not funny. All of a sudden you are. All of a sudden you fell in love and now it's okay. Congratulations. Still newlywed. That's good. But the whole point is I all of a sudden I said, now what are you talking about? And he said, finally said the magic words. He said, I met a guy today that makes $62,000 a month. BS. How many people immediately your BS meter goes off? And he goes, no, I met him and I seen the check attached to the stub. And I go, so? And he says he's looking for people that he can teach to do the same. He's expanding a company in the LA area. I looked at that day as an answer to prayer. That was 25 years ago. And I said, I'll come pick you up. How many people in this room invited people here tonight? They didn't show? Look around. Keep talking. Keep asking. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Do you think he said the wrong things to me? Absolutely. It didn't matter. I was looking. When you find the right person that's looking, changes your business overnight. So I went down and met this guy, and there was only two things I wanted to know. Two. One, how long have you been doing this? He says, I've been in this country for about 6 months. Okay, what did you do before this? He says, I used to install car stereos and actually, put new tires on cars. But I'm going to be a billionaire. I got a new rep that just got a couple of new checks in Gano Excel. His name is Matthew Hollis. Got my 30-year-old there, now I'm going to take my 20-year-old there. You guys are going to watch it happen fast. He's already got his RA picked out. V10, Audi, $159,000. And some of you are going to go, come on, Well, when I got my son, Robert Hollis Jr. in this company 3.5 years ago, it took us 90 days to get his dream car, which was a brand new BMW M3. Now he's driving a CLS 550. Okay? And living on the beach. Now, I know some of you are going, why is he getting carried away? How many people in this room would wish that you're responsible for making sure that your children were successful? How many people in this room would love their children to listen to them? Watch this. Don't get mad at me. Lead by example. Lead by example. My sons don't want to work for anybody. They watched their father their whole year. They didn't get to see me struggle and figure this out. But they now want their own money, and I get to teach my children how to do marketing. Feed them for the rest of their lives. I'll never have to worry about them. And when I get old, they can take care of me. That's smart. Okay? So I went to a presentation. I'm going to show you really quickly the presentation that I seen 25 years ago. See, if this presentation showed me how to make $32 million now, I think it's a great presentation. And I can show you guys videos that I did 20 years ago where I'm doing the same presentation. Why? Because it popped me. It got me to go, maybe I don't know everything. That makes sense. So all I did is I followed him. Became a millionaire before I was 30. Yeah. And this stuff is very, very easy. But what do? See, we grew up with all those things. You just got to get educated. Believe it or not, the more education you have, the harder this business is. You think too much. And if you don't believe me, look at your financial statement. Money isn't everything, but neither is poverty. See, I ran into a billionaire named Roger Pesci, and he said, Robert, you know what the definition of a budget is? I said, what? Make more than you can spend? Give the rest away to charity. Now I give more money away in 3 months than I did for the first 30 years of my life. Because the more I get, the more I give. The more I get, the more I give. The more I get, the more I get. Wouldn't that be a neat way to live life? See, haven't we been told that you're supposed to give 10%? What if you could give 90? And people still think you're rich. I still got people going, oh, I would never live in that house. I got a nice house, huh? She asked me, you got to be careful what you say. She came up to me at the last meeting that I did. She walked up and she said, can we do a meeting with you? I said, absolutely. And she goes, great. What night should we all show up at your house?
Smart woman.
Don't come up to me afterwards. That only worked once. How many people did you have come to my house? 35 people. Was you there? And I did one presentation, and I heard you just went to Diamond. Congratulations. So here it goes. We're going to go fast. Maybe. No, okay. So really quickly,
Can we keep taking it?
which one do I press? Right now you guys are going, I'm going to make so much money. This guy can't even run her mouth. First thing I want to share with you is how many people would agree with this statement? There's only 2 reasons right now that you're not making 6 figures a year. If you already make 6 figures, there's only 2 reasons why you're not making $250,000 a year. If you're making $250,000, there's only 2 reasons why you're not making $1 million a year. You ready? Ready. One is you don't know why you're not doing the stuff you're supposed to. Is there any people in this room that are stuck? You go, I know what to do, I just put it off another day. Is there any people in this room that are procrastinators? Is there any people in the room that want to think about it? Raise their hand later. Do I procrastinate? I don't know. Should I raise my hand? What do people think? Is they trying to manipulate me? Another 5 years went by. Now I'm going to retire at home. I don't know. Should I raise my hand? I don't know. And they go through their whole life then. Contemplate, to consider, to evaluate, go home, talk to my mom and dad, maybe talk to my dog. It's like,
Talk to me.
oh my God! Right? I can show you how to get unstuck. I can show you how to get unstuck. All you need to do is renew your mind. I wasn't the guy that came up with that thought. You want to change who you are, you got to change the way you think. End of story. Because the reason you're not going into action is because you really don't believe that it's for you or it can be done. Because if you knew exactly in this room where $10,000 was, you guys would be knocking people over to get it. If I said, listen, there's $10,000 strapped underneath one of these chairs. And guess what? There's 3 groups of people in the room. BS! The other people that went. Procrastinators. I don't know. It's not true. Anyway, what do you think? You see anybody else move? I don't want to be the only one moving. And then you got the people right away that went. Pushing the person over next to them. That's the people we're looking for here tonight. The second group of people in this room that says, you know what? I think the reason, I'm working hard. I'm willing to do what it takes. I just don't think I know the knowledge. See, it cracks me up that people know everything. And see, I was a mechanic and I knew that I knew how to make $50,000. But I didn't know how to make $50,000 a month. I needed to learn from someone who did. So I got introduced to this book called Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Now, it was written in 1910. Inspired a book called Think and Grow Rich. And a person got a hold of this book, I verified this, in the Silicon Valley. His name was Bill Gates. They don't want you reading this book. Governments across the world do not want you to know what's in here. Because you not only will learn how to get into the 0.001%, but you'll also learn what to do with that money.
It's not even in the picture.
And money gives you influence, influence gives you power. How many people are seeing the government change right now? Don't get me on a tangent. But when now multimillionaires and billionaires can form PACs and get people elected that they want to get elected, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you think Obama's running the game, you need to change the way you're thinking. Because if he gets reelected or Romney gets in, you guys are not going to see anything change. I'm telling you, the way that things change is grassroots, right here. And you don't get a bunch of broke 99%ers changing things, but you get a bunch of rich people that can change the game. Got it? Want to make change? Look within yourself. Don't start pointing everywhere. How many people notice when you point your finger at someone, there's 3 pointing back?
Yep.
Okay? So you got to read this book. What it basically tells you about is the difference between the 97.3, which now we're hearing is the 99.1. Isn't that amazing? So its book talks about other people's ideas. How many people know that the wealthiest people in the world really didn't have any idea? They found someone else with a great idea. They took that idea and just went out and worked harder than everybody else. Anyone heard of Henry Ford? Yeah. Ford Motor Company? Mercedes invented the automobile. He still sells more Fords every year than Mercedes does. Because he figured out how to do the assembly line. He said, I just make them faster. I won't make them as nice. I'll get to the masses. Does that make sense? The other one is other people's efforts. Has anyone here got a job? Do you have other employees that work with you? And someone runs the company. So he has other people working for him. Do you? I'll talk about that in the next slide. You got to do it with efforts. And then other people's money. Ooh, I want your money. Watch out, that guy's going to get your money. You're going to be starting your own business here tonight. I think you're worth it. Some of you have already documented that working for somebody else ain't working. So why not try the alternate route? Why not learn how to be a successful entrepreneur? Now, when you become a successful entrepreneur, you're going to have to learn to help other people do it too. And when you do that, you'll never work for money again. So if you want a copy of this book and the audios, how many people would like that? Go to robertsgift.com. R-O-B-E-R-T-S, gift, G-I-F-T.com. Just put in your info. I'm not going to do anything with it. I protect it. And go in there and listen to the audio. So if you've never seen me again, please change the way you think. And guess what? I do this in every presentation because I read the books and it changed my life. I still listen to the books and I still rock it. I know I've listened to this book and audio at least 1,000 times. Why? I need more money because money gives me choices and more to give. All that money does is just a tool. And I know if everyone in this room right now had a little extra money, you can say it wouldn't change. Oh yeah, it would. So please get this book, okay? Very simple. How many people know that you got an owner or a CEO that comes up with a great idea? Okay? And then what he does is go out there and share it with a few people and he calls them presidents. Has anyone here started their own company? Isn't it funny when you first started out and a couple of people go, I think we should do this, and they go, Ron, great idea. Hey, we're all partners. Because someone said, great idea, you went, all right. And then those guys get together and then they get some national managers, some regional managers, some local managers, and employees. Would everyone in this room agree that there's more employees than CEOs and owners?
Yep.
Who's the 97%? Who's the 3%? We all know this stuff because we all went to. Yeah. And we're taught it's really simple to be successful. Just get on somebody's ladder and hope somebody dies, gets fired, retires, some positive things. And we just work our way up. How many people have tried this option? How many people got mad at this option and quit, went to another company and just did it all over again? And then quit that, got mad, went and got another company, did it all over again. You know what the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. Stop it. Doesn't mean you have to quit your job. Just means that you need to build a plan B. And every major corporation does this. Everyone. Now, why would they? Because our schools do the same thing. So you got a dean, department head, professors, graduates, undergraduates. Every major university is this way. So they train people to go work for corporations. Think about this. How many people in this room got kids in high school? How much homework do they take home now?
Too much.
How many people are seeing the amount of homework that kids take home? You know why? Training them to take their job home. How many people in this room, when you walk away from your job, you're still doing stuff for them, including rush hour traffic? You're not clocked out yet. Take the amount of time that you get up with an alarm clock to the time that you get home doing what you want to do with your family. Take those amount of hours and divide it into your take home. And when you're done crying, then you'll remember that maybe you should be worth more than that an hour. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So come on, you know. So is our government formed this way?
Yes.
Absolutely. So there's more taxpayers than there is presidents. And that's formed in the shape of a what?
Pyramid.
Do you realize that we're in 2012? And I still have people that come up to me today that went to school, hung around a bunch of broke people, and they go, is this one of those pyramid things?
Fine.
I'm like, is anyone in there? Because they don't even know why they're saying the statement. I go, explain to me a pyramid. You know, where people bring in people and they make money off people. I go, wait a minute, you got a job? Yeah. Does your boss make money off you? You better get out of that pyramid right now. I'm telling you what, people are getting exposed to this finally, aren't they?
Yep.
How many people are watching the young generation right now? They are so rebellious. They're going, listen, no, that's an awesome thing. Because they're looking at their adult relatives and going, listen, you got no life, you're mad all the time, you're fighting over money, you're kicking the dog and yelling at me, and you go, son, get in there. No! And the young group's going, how long can I hang out at mom and dad's place? No, I'm serious. I'm just going to hang out here as long as I can. I'm going to do this because they just understand that the system's broke. But guess what? That generation too has more heart. They don't judge people. They got more compassion and love than the generation before. Why? Because we were all taught to kick the crap out of each other and knock the other one off the top of the pyramid. We're in politics at work. We don't help anyone. If I help her, she gets my job. We were growing up in a competitive world. And the generation now is coming up saying, I'm not in. I need to find something else. Because the young kids, when I was these kids' age, I knew only one way to be successful. Go get educated in a trade school and go work for somebody. These guys are saying, no thank you. Amen? I'm going after the young group, man. I'm tired of training old people that can't pay attention. They think they know everything. Yeah, I'm telling you what. I show this young generation my checks and they just say, tell me what to do. I said, okay, and then all of a sudden they got big checks and everybody said, how'd that happen? It's going to be fun. Fun year. Okay? So really simple. Look on the back of a dollar bill. You ever notice that it's got a pyramid? And then right here it's got an eyeball. You know why? I want to be there. I want to be on the top of the pyramid. I want to find something and inspire an idea and go out and help people. Now, when I bought into this idea, it took me a while to get a couple of people to believe me. And then I helped a few others, and then I helped a few others. And now I only have 500, no. Now I got 610,000 people in 9 countries that make sure I get paid every week. Now, how many people in this room are really, really smart? If I have 610,000 people that are responsible for my income, what if all of them are super, super lazy? And they only work 1 hour a month. I now get paid on 610,000 hours of effort a month. So it's about a lot of people doing a little bit instead of the old one, which is one person doing a lot. What a concept. What if everything that really worked was the opposite of what you were taught? Change the way you think. Isn't it funny? You want me to give you a quick example? What fruit did Eve pick and eat?
Apple.
Apple. What's this? Adam's apple. Adam's apple. Why? Because I took a bite and it's stuck there and now I can see it now in my throat? For those of you that are biblical scholars, and I'm not, you can't find the word apple in the entire Bible. What? What else were you taught that's not true? That's for you to figure out. Because I used to think that working a job was going to get me there. Now I know it's not. Do you? Okay? So that's as simple as it is. Now marketing. How many people understand marketing? I didn't. Here's the only thing I knew about marketing. I go in and buy a bunch of stuff from Walmart. I take it to the cashier. She goes beep, 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 and then she tells me the total and I give her my credit card. That's what I knew about marketing. I didn't know that someone manufactured a product and service and then sold it to a national distributor, sold it to a regional distributor, local distributor, and retail. And these are all called middlemen. Has anyone heard of the middleman? Mm-hmm. Now, how many people know that this works for legal products and also works for illegal products? Don't raise your hands. But we're always trying to find out how to cut out the middleman. Unless you're watching Breaking Bad, then you just become the manufacturer. Does that make sense? So what if you could cut some of these people out? Has anyone heard of Walmart? Guy out of where? Where is he from? Arkansas. And he said, listen, what if I just went to the regional distributor and just said, hey, listen, can I buy directly from you? No. Well, I was going to buy 1 million of them. Well, okay. And he could buy in mass and mark down the price. Got his own trucks. What about Costco? Anyone shopped at Costco?
Yeah.
Why?
Cheaper.
Cheaper, that makes a difference? Why do we always go there and we walk out more than what we wanted to? Because this is a great deal. I'll just buy 1 million ketchup bottles. Let me show you how fast you can take this model if you understand marketing. How many people here know that you can buy candy bars in like cases? Do you notice because of this model, Costco, they had to put things on the side that says not for sale individually. Because people go here, buy it at wholesale, open it all up, sell it at a candy bar a piece, make profit. Some of you are going, I know how to make money now. Yeah, you do. So we're going to show you how to intensify that a little bit. Now, how many people know that Costco doesn't do any advertising? No advertising. How'd you hear about it? Someone told you. Now, when you walk into a Costco or a Shopko, you walk in there and you go, wow. Now, think about it. If you want to go back, there's only 2 ways you can. Buy a card or say, listen, when's the next time you're going? Because I need to go with you. How many people do this to their friends? When you go to Costco, when you going to Costco next? Because I need to get some stuff. Get your own car. How many people know that you can go to Costco's website, click on About? Costco right now makes pretty close to $25 billion off memberships. And what if we could switch this model just a little bit? What if when you brought someone to Costco and they said, wow, this is awesome. You say, well, listen, you sign up for a free membership and you get all the stuff at wholesale. And they go, okay. And every time they bought stuff, you got sent a check. Mm-hmm. How many of you are smart enough that this would be your new job? And watch how fast it would be. Do you have a Costco card? You don't? You got to check this out. Come on! You got a Costco card? You got to come see this. You got a Costco card? I can't help you. It's awesome, isn't it? That's how easy this business is. But everyone tries to complicate it. So I was taught very simple. Let's cut them all out. So we'll find a product and service that we can go to that's timely, that everyone needs. We'll teach you how to go direct to the manufacturer, get it at wholesale, take it to the customer, and put the middleman profit in your pocket. Now, how many people like your pocket better than their pocket? Okay? That's all it is. everybody else thinks it's so complicated. So now I got 600,000 people that I got steered over there. And they buy it at wholesale. Now some people don't even share it with anybody else. They just buy the product at wholesale, go sell it and stick the middleman profit in their pocket. We got people in South America that make $4,000 a month